Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingley Tim Hoki bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include ITLF strongly condemns series of attacks on Kuki village volunteers. Expresses shock to learn CRPF of assisting Meitei militants. Kim denies allegations against Kuki volunteers of using missile weaponry and the kinds. IMD issues alert for heavy rainfall in Indian states. News in details. The Indigenous Tribal Leaders Forum ITLF strongly condemned the series of attacks on Kuki village volunteers by combined armed insurgents of Valley-based insurgent groups, VBIGs, Arambay Tengol, and state commandos since yesterday. With regards to it, the ITLF issued a press release dated the 7th of September 2024, drafted a brief report of the occurring violence and genocidal attack upon the Kukis by the Meitei VBIGs, backed up by the Arambay Tengol and the state security forces. The press release states that it is more shocking to learn that the newly transferred CRPF were openly assisting the Meitei militants in attacking the Kuki village volunteers. The ITLF press release states that Meitei militants launched a multi-pronged attack on Kuki areas in the past 2 days in an effort to divert attention from the leaked audio tapes of Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, which prove his involvement in the ethnic cleansing of Kuki tribals in the state. Fresh violence erupted in Manipur as the majoritarian Meitei communities launched attack upon the minority Kuki community. The violence erupted few days ago and is ongoing till today. Violence broke out in different locations of Lamka, Suknu, Kangchup, and Jiribam. Due to this fresh ethnic clash, 4 Kuki village volunteers were reported dead in Jiribam area today, and 1 Kuki village volunteer was reported dead at Moret yesterday. On the other hand, 4 UNLF cadres were reported dead along with 1 Meitei commandment. Today's death toll was 9 with numerous casualties on both sides. Today at around 9:40 a.m., the Meitei militants attacked Ji Songgil, which is a Kuki village in Suknu area. The Meitei mostly used bombs to launch their attack. Luckily, no reports of death and injuries were received from the bombing. The Kuki village volunteers reiterated the attack, leading to the injury of 3 Meitei militants who are suspected to belong to the Arambay Tengol. The Meitei militants comprising of Arambay Tengol, UNLF, PLA, KYK, and backed up by the state forces and IRB jointly attacked Suknu in 7 different locations of T. Lailoi Pai, Ji Songgil, and El Kanan Pai areas. However, there was no casualty report from the Kuki village volunteer. The Kuki village volunteer destroyed one of the Meitei bases at Langching village. It is reported that more Meitei reinforcements are flowing in. The Assam Rifles blocked the road from Kakching to Suknu. The Meitei still continue their firing at the time of this report, that is 4:30 p.m. Updates on Jiribam Fresh classes states that the firing broke out today early morning where 4 UNLF cadres and 1 command Meitei man was killed. On the other hand, 4 Kuki village volunteers also lost their lives. The deceased were identified as Lunhu Hau Haukip, Semilin Hongsai, Nieboy Tang Haukip, and Haugun Lin Dongal respectively. The deceased from the Meitei side remains unknown. The attacks also come amidst murmurs that Biren Singh will be removed from his post, sequence of events from the past 2 days. September 6, 2024, gunfight erupted near Molsang and Laika villages in Kangvai frontline area. Churachandpur, around 4:30 a.m. security forces dismantled Kuki bunkers at Molsang, which was later occupied by the Meiteis. Bombs were fired by Meiteis at Khosabung and Molngat villages in Kangvai area. An elderly man was killed at Moirang, a Meitei town which is not at the front line, in front of his house, ostensibly with a knife. Pictures show blood oozing from his body, and there was a knife lying next to him. Meiteis then circulated a video clip of the victim claiming the man was killed by a bomb. Heavy firing continues throughout the night.
फायर कर रहे हो
ना ना ये अपना वाला
It is clear evident that the central forces that are deploying in the buffer zones are assisting Meitei insurgents. Not only that, they too can be seen involved in firing at the Kuki Zo village volunteers. A video shot by cadres of UNLF shows them torturing a Kuki Zo village volunteer. Another photo of a UNLF cadre posing with the lifeless body of 3 Kuki Zo village volunteers also went viral. The incident is from Nung Sekpi, Jiribam, where UNLF militants killed 4 Kuki Zo village volunteers.
Mamãe, mas você faz alguma coisa que você mas sama na água, que eu canto.
mamãe outro tu Kuki tapa mamãe matu
Você.
Kuki tapa mamãe não falou mamãe não falou mamãe tá tu mamãe matu eu você não é mas tô da coisa nem tô é não é cau não tá tu
Você masak que que ah,
It is being rumored that a large number of combined team of armed insurgents, namely Arambay Tengol, UNLF, backed by state forces, surrounded bunker of Kuki Zo village volunteers at Nung Sekpi, Jiribam in the morning and initiate sudden attack on them, leaving 2 Kuki Zo village volunteers dead at the spot.
얼른 공연들아 공연로 공연로
mới có ngày thôi
아이고 거
hello ai cái nào có thả là đi cái nào có thả là đi vào cam là đi vào ta bro thả dore ko mata Still the one position na same ko. Mang na kalay ka na kang Kuki gi. Ay adu dai di sunto. Ya dum le. Ka ko na. 갑자로.
naku nille
On the other hand, Meitei militants fired government-issued mortars from Langching towards Lailoi Pai, Jisonggil, and other Kuki Zo villages in Suknu area. Langching is a Kuki Zo village that was burned down by the Meiteis last year. It may be recalled that drone bombs were first used in this area on December 16, 2023, when Meiteis dropped bombs at Jisonggil of Suknu. Having sheltered at the abandoned Kuki Zo village hilltop called Langching, these Meitei insurgents again launched attack on surrounding Kuki villages using mortars and other sophisticated weaponries. Evidence of the bombing was submitted to Churachandpur police, the tail of the bomb attached with binding wire or string. In response to recent allegations regarding the use of missiles by Kuki Zo village volunteers, the Kuki in Manipur, Kim asserts that certain media reports and statements have suggested that the Kuki Zo village volunteers have been using sophisticated missile technology. Therefore, Kim categorically denies these allegations. With this regard, Kim issued a press release stating that Kuki Zo volunteers committed to the safety and welfare of our community do not possess or utilize missile weaponry of any kind. Our focus remains on community protection and humanitarian aid, and we operate within the bounds of legal and ethical norms, complying to the standards of the Government of India, said the release. The release further said that, through rigorous investigations, we would like to state that these sophisticated weapons belong to the Meitei VBIGs, who have been known to possess such armaments, especially acquired from the state armories. Subsequently, the purported attack against the Meitei was an attempt to attack the Kuki Zo people, which evidently misfired and landed in the Meitei areas, therefore cancelling all allegations against the Kuki Zo volunteers. Furthermore, Kim calls upon the authorities to ensure that any allegations are based on verified evidence and not on misplaced or misleading claims. Our primary objective remains in the preservation of peace and security in our region. Kuki Zo village volunteers are dedicated to maintaining this commitment, and any attempts to falsely accuse us of aggressive action will only undermine our collective efforts towards resolution and stability. Lastly, Kim reaffirms its stance towards unity, facing together any threats or challenges against the safety and security of the Kuki Zo people, and will not compromise the collective aspirations of our people, a union territory with legislature. The Kuki in Manipur remain committed to the collective aspirations of our people, added the release. The Kuki Organization for Human Rights Trust, KOHUR, has written to Honorable Secretary, Ministry of Home Affairs, Union of India, request for registration of FIR and initiation of an investigation against N. Biren Singh, Chief Minister, Government of Manipur, and other unknown accused persons for conspiring, committing, and orchestrating the commission of violent and heinous crimes at an ethnic scale amounting to cognizable offences inter alia under Sections 57, 103, 118, 2, 189, 191, 196, 326G, read with Section 61, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023, and under Section 25, Arms Act 1959, Section 16 and 18, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967, and under Section 3, SC and ST Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989. Some of the important points in connection with the first information report includes: first, online news article published by the news outlet The Wire titled Manipur Tapes Submitted to Commission. Did Biren Singh authorize use of bombs in the state in defense of Amit Shah, dated August 19, 2024. Second, online news article published by the news outlet The Wire titled Where is the Proof They Were Raped? Biren Singh allegedly says of Kuki women paraded naked. Reward those arrested for saving them, dated August 19, 2024. Third, online news article published by the news outlet The Wire titled I Started Operations. Biren Singh allegedly claims credit for conflict, Kukis filling up government posts through ST quota, dated August 19, 2024. Fourth, audio recording of approximately 48 minutes in which accused N. Biren Singh is recorded confessing to crimes committed and orchestrated by him against the Kuki ethnic minority tribes, USB attached. Fifth, an official transcript of the audio recording under reference 5 above as prepared by the Kuki student. Today at 11 a.m., an awareness program on NV SOPI business plan was held at B. Vengnom Community Hall. The program was led by resource person Zhang Kutang Toutang, franchise NV SOPI. The resource person explained that NV SOPI is a Nutri-Vedica soap, an Indian company established on April 20, 2020 in Noida, Uttar Pradesh. The company's main objective is to provide financial opportunities to individuals to earn money from home. Many people are struggling to make ends meet, and this company aims to provide a solution. The company claims that anyone can earn money through their platform, and the percentage of earnings depends on the individual's efforts. The company plans to expand its branches to all districts in India by 2030. They aim to provide economic growth opportunities to individuals and help them earn money through their networking business model. The company operates on multiple levels and individuals can earn money through various services. The resource person explained that individuals can join the company and start earning money immediately. The company offers various services including cash withdrawal and deposit, Xerox, money transfer, banking and digital needs, personal care, kitchen and home care, grocery and baby care. Registration fees starts from Rs 599 and individuals can earn a percentage of returns based on their efforts. The company claims that individuals can earn significant amounts of money through their platform. For more information, individuals can contact Zhang Hutang Tou Tang franchise permit holder at phone number 8131913286. The company offers various services and individuals can register to start earning money immediately. Senior BJP leader and Union Home Minister Amit Shah today assured the restoration of statehood to Jammu and Kashmir after the assembly polls. Addressing a public meeting in Jammu, he said the coming assembly elections in J&K are historic and it is taking place for the first time under the national flag and the constitution following the abrogation of Article 370 by the Modi government. Shah also accused the Congress National Conference Alliance of making attempts to revive the old system. He also alleged that the Congress National Conference combined is trying to push J&K into the fire of terrorism once again when the government has brought down terror incidents in the Union territory by 70%. He said the NDA government will not allow the revival of terrorism, autonomy, and injustice with any community, including Gujars, Paharis, Bakarwals, and Dalits, who were granted reservation by the BJP dispensation. The Home Minister is in Jammu and on a two-day visit to boost the BJP's election campaign for the three fast assembly elections, beginning September 18. A total of 17 people have lost their lives in the collision between a roadways bus and a van that took place in Hathras on Friday, said a top police official. According to the police official, the number of injured individuals is 16 who are admitted to hospital and are receiving treatment. The police also informed that a case has been registered in this regard and the driver of the roadway bus has been arrested. Nipun Agarwal, SP Hathras, said yesterday at around 6:30 p.m. there was a collision between a roadway bus and a magic van in which the administration swiftly reached the spot. All the dead bodies were handed over to their families in the village after post-mortem, while the injured were sent to the hospital for treatment, which is still underway. The total count of deaths in this incident is now 17, out of which 7 were women, 4 were men, and 6 were children. 16 are injured and are undergoing treatment. A case has been registered and the roadway driver has been arrested. Expressing grief over the Hathras road accident, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday announced ex gratia of Rs 2 lakh each for the kin of victims and Rs 50,000 for the injured. The Prime Minister has announced an ex gratia of Rs 2 lakh for PMNRF for the next of kin of its deceased in the mishap in Hathras, UP. The injured would be given Rs 50,000, the Prime Minister's office announced in a post on X. Expressing sorrow over the incident, PM Modi stated that both the local administration and state government are providing all possible assistance to the victims. The road accident in Hathras, Uttar Pradesh is extremely painful. My deepest condolences to those who have lost their loved ones in this. May God give them strength in the difficult time. Along with this, I wish for the speedy recovery of the people injured in the accident. Under the supervision of the state government, the local administration is engaged in helping the victims in every possible way, adding the PMO post. Offering condolences to the families affected by the Hathras accident, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath expressed his wishes for a swift recovery of the injured and assured to ensure the proper treatment of those affected. The loss of life in a road accident in Hathras district is extremely sad. My condolences are with the grieving families of the deceased. Instructions have been given to the district administration officials to provide proper treatment to the injured. I pray to Lord Sri Ram to give a place to the departed souls in his feet and provide speedy recovery to the injured, CM Yogi wrote in a post on X. The India Meteorological Department IMD has issued an orange alert for the 4 states, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Goa, predicting the likelihood of heavy rainfall on Saturday, September 7. The national capital, Delhi, remains on yellow alert today. IMD's latest bulletin forecasts wet spells in Gujarat on September 7 and continued rainfall in Maharashtra and Goa until September 9. The weather agency has also predicted isolated heavy showers in Chhattisgarh until September 13. The meteorological department has forecasted very heavy rainfall over coastal Andhra Pradesh and Yanam on September 8 and 9, and in Telangana on September 9 and 10. Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka are also expected to see heavy downpours until September 10th. IMD's release noted the likelihood of isolated heavy rainfall in Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, and Tripura from September 9 to 12. Odisha is also expected to experience similar weather conditions on September 8 and 9, while Bihar may see heavy rains on September 7. Sikkim is forecasted for heavy downpours on September 9 and 10, with West Bengal and Arunachal Pradesh set to witness showers from September 9 to 12. In Rajasthan, heavy showers are expected today, with rain likely to continue until September 8. Uttarakhand is expected to receive heavy rainfall on September 7, followed by Uttar Pradesh on September 9 and 10. Two coaches of the Indore-Jabalpur overnight express got derailed near Jabalpur railway station in Madhya Pradesh at around 5:50 a.m. on Saturday, an official said. The train was coming from Indore and was heading towards Jabalpur railway station's platform number 6. The incident happened at around 150 meters from the platform. However, no casualties or injuries were reported by the officials following the incident, the official said. Harshit Srivastava, the Chief Police Relations Officer of West Central Railway, said all the passengers are staff since the train was at dead stop speed. The train was coming from Indore. When it was heading towards Jabalpur railway station's platform number 6, the train was moving slowly, was at dead stop speed, and two coaches derailed. All passengers are safe since the train was at dead stop speed. Everyone has left for home also. The incident took place around 5:50 a.m. It derailed around 150 meters from the platform, he said. However, the reason for the train's derailment is not clear yet. More details are awaited. Earlier on August 17, 22 bogies of the Sabarmati Express, which was traveling from Varanasi to Ahmedabad, were derailed in a blocked section between Kanpur and Bhimsen station in Uttar Pradesh. According to reports, the engine hit an object placed on the truck and got derailed. Sharp hit marks were observed. Officials said that evidence found near the 16th coach from the loco had been protected. As per the initial investigation, there is no fracture in the railway track. IB and UP police are also working on it. No injuries were reported to passengers or staff. West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose criticized the Mamata Banerjee administration for failing to send the technical report along with a recently passed anti-rape bill, which is necessary for giving assent to it, an official said. Mr. Bose was very disappointed, as it has been regular practice of the state not to send technical reports along with bills and then blaming the governor's office for not clearing them, he claimed. The governor criticized the state administration for failing to attach the technical report along with the Aparajita bill. As per rule, it is mandatory for the state government to send the technical report before a decision is taken on giving assent to the bill, the Raj Bhavan official told PTI on Thursday. This is not the first time that the government has withheld technical reports and blamed the Raj Bhavan for not clearing bills, he added. The governor also admonished the state government for failing to do homework on important matters such as this. Bose has pointed out that the Aparajita bill appears to be a copy-paste of similar bills passed by Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra and Arunachal Pradesh, he said. The source said that the governor expressed his opinion that Banerjee was threatening a dharna only to hoodwink the people of West Bengal, as he is also fully well aware of that similar bills are pending with the President of India. The West Bengal Assembly on September 3 unanimously passed the Aparajita Women and Child Bill, West Bengal Criminal Laws and Amendment Bill. 2024, that's 6 capital punishment for rape convicts if their actions result in the victim's death or leave her in a vegetative state, and life sentence without parole for other perpetrators. Other significant features of the proposed legislation include the completion of probes into rape cases within 21 days of the initial report, a reduction from the previous 2-month deadline, and a special task force where women officers will lead investigations. An American woman was killed Friday in the occupied West Bank, the State Department said. 2 witnesses said the woman was shot in the head by Israeli forces who had opened fire. The woman, Typhoon Yagi, a 26-year-old volunteer with the International Solidarity Movement, a pro-Palestinian activist group, had been attending a protest of Jewish settlement expansion in the town of Beita when she was shot, her colleagues said. Copies of her passport that circulated online said she was born in Turkey, and the Turkish Foreign Ministry said in a statement that she was a citizen. The Israel Defense Forces said it was looking into reports that a foreign national was killed as a result of shots fired in the area. The statement said that Israeli forces in the area of Beita in the northern West Bank responded with fire towards a main instigator of violent activity who hurled rocks at the forces and posed a threat to them. The detail of the incident and the circumstances in which she was hit are under review, it said. Jonathan Pollack, a volunteer with the ISM, said the shooting took place about 30 minutes after the protesters had dispersed when there were no active classes, and as foreign volunteers, including AG, stood observing about 2,000 yards from the Israeli military. There was no justification for taking that shot, he said. National Security Council spokesman Sin Savage said in a statement that the United States was deeply disturbed by the tragic death of AG and had contacted Israel to ask for more information and request an investigation into the incident. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, during a trip to the Caribbean, said Friday that the U.S. government is intensely focused on getting those facts, but he held back from detailing whether there would be consequences for the Israeli government ahead of understanding exactly what happened. I just want to extend my deepest condolences, the condolences of the United States government to the family of Typhoon Yagi. We deplore this tragic loss, he told reporters when asked what message he had for Americans who were concerned that the U.S. government was sending military aid to the Israeli government. A powerful super typhoon, Yagi, has slammed into China's popular tourist island of Hainan, bringing potentially catastrophic winds and torrential rain. The storm, the strongest to hit the island in a decade, made landfall in Wenchang City on Friday after sweeping south of Hong Kong, causing widespread disruption and forcing the evacuation of nearly 1 million people in southern China. The Hainan Provincial Meteorological Service reported that Typhoon Yagi, which had earlier carried winds of up to 245 km per hour at its center, made landfall in Wenchang City at approximately 4:20 p.m., news agency Associated Press stated. It is expected to move across other parts of the island before heading towards the Beibu Gulf. National meteorological authorities in China stated that Yagi was the strongest autumn typhoon ever recorded to hit the country. They predicted a second landfall in Sichuan County, Guangdong Province, which is also China's most populous province, on Friday night. Before the landfall, nearly 420,000 residents were evacuated from Hainan, along with more than 50,000 from Guangdong, according to state media. Residents in Hainan built sandbag barriers and reinforced windows with tape to protect against potential flooding, as reported by China's official Xinhua news agency. State media announced that schools, businesses, transportation, and work had been suspended in parts of the province from Wednesday evening. Tourist attractions were closed, and flights at all 3 of the island's airports were expected to be grounded by Friday. State broadcaster CCTV reported that the city of Qingzhou in the Guangxi region had issued a top-level emergency alert. In Beihai City, work, classes, businesses, and transportation were suspended on Friday. Earlier, Hong Kong also took significant precautions, holding stock trading, bank services, and schools after issuing a number 8 typhoon signal, the city's third highest weather alert. A super typhoon is equivalent to a Category 5 hurricane. Yagi's impact in Hong Kong forced over 270 people to refuse in government shelters and led to the cancellation of more than 100 flights. 9 people were injured and treated in hospitals, while heavy rain and strong winds felled dozens of trees. Yagi is not only set to strike China but also expected to make landfall in northern Vietnam late on Saturday, though in a weekend state. Tens of thousands of residents in the Hai Phong and Thai Binh provinces will be evacuated to safety by the end of Friday, according to local authorities, as reported by AFP. Vietnamese media stated that the military has deployed approximately 460,000 personnel to assist with storm preparations and response efforts. Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris' campaign raised $361 million in August, nearly 3 times more than the $130 million collected by her opponent and Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump. This is the highest monthly total for either party this election cycle. It is a difference of $231 million. Harris' campaign has already collected more than $615 million since President Biden ended his re-election campaign on July 21. The U.S. presidential election is scheduled for November 5. With just 2 months remaining until the election, this financial advantage is beneficial to Harris. If this trend continues, Harris would raise over $1 billion between becoming the party's nominee in late July and Election Day. Harris' campaign now has $404 million in cash compared to Trump's $295 million, making her campaign financially stronger. Both campaigns will release official financial disclosures later this month, according to the Washington Post. In just a short time, Vice President Harris' candidacy has galvanized a history-making, broad and diverse coalition with the type of enthusiasm, energy, and grit that wins close elections, Harris' 2024 campaign manager Julie Chavez Rodriguez said in the announcement, reported Axios. In July, Harris and the Democrats raised over $310 million. This came after Harris announced Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate and accepted her party's nomination at a star-studded Chicago convention, which featured appearances from Biden and 2 former presidents. The Democratic National Convention was held from August 19 to August 22. Harris' team also claimed August as the best grassroots fundraising month in presidential history, with nearly $3 million donors contributing, including 1.3 million first-time contributors. One of the biggest spikes in donations occurred on August 6, the day Kamala Harris announced Tim Walz as her vice presidential pick. On the other hand, Trump's fundraising showed signs of slowing, with his August hold slightly below July, $138.7 million. According to an earlier analysis, Trump's highest fundraising days came in May following his felony conviction in New York, according to CNN. Harris' team is now focusing its fund on reaching voters with a massive $370 million digital and TV ad campaign running through Election Day. Harris' campaign is planning a weekend of action with 2,000 events and boasts over 312 offices and 2,000 staffers across key battleground states. Despite Harris' fundraising success, her team expects a tough race. We are prepared for a close, hard-fought contest in the final stretch, said Chavez Rodriguez. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.